as you all know, I am a budget kind of guy, so I like the DIY stuff. So yesterday I took my kayak and I left it here at my dad's house, and I told him what I wanted to do, and I helped him do a little bit, and then I left it here and he finished it up. So you could probably hear that it is absolutely pouring outside, so we can't really go fishing at the moment. It's supposed to slow down. It's like 8 o'clock almost, and it's supposed to stop at around 8:30 or 9 o'clock, and we should have from then until around 2 to fish before we have to go pick up my wife. So it's peeing outside like too hard right now, so we can't fish at this very moment. But I was gonna take just a second to show you guys what we did, that way you guys would know how to do this as well. Little bit of a backstory. I love this kayak, and I'm super appreciative to Alex, Mr. Wrong Angler, because that's where I got it from, and he helped me out quite a bit with that. But I plan on getting a different one in the future, one that's a little bit bigger and one that I can have more room on and stand up more in. I can stand up in this one, but it's still, it's just a little small. So I don't want to really put any accessories on this one permanently. So I'm trying to find little ways that I can run things on it, like accessories, without permanently attaching it where I can't take it off. So I'm gonna run you guys through what we've done, and it may be hard to hear me because it's raining, so I'll try to talk a little bit louder, but I'll show you guys what we did, and then you guys can let me know down in the comments if you would like a little bit more information on these things. Let's check it out. First of all, I apologize. I didn't realize how dark it was in here, so if this is hard to see, I'm sorry. It's not very bright out today because we have a really wet, overcast day. But as you guys can see, I mounted up a fish finder. Now this fish finder I've actually had since March, and today is May the 4th, and I've had this since my birthday. My mom and son actually picked it up for me, and I've been wanting to put it on there, but I didn't know how to rig it and it stayed properly. I didn't want to go out and buy one of those things that hang off the side of the kayak for a few reasons. Number one, I didn't have the money, and number two, I enjoy doing the DIY stuff. That way I can show you guys how you can do it super cheap and sometimes even free. It hugs really close to the kayak, which is one of the things that I really wanted it to do. I didn't want it to stick out really far, that way it wouldn't get hung up if I hooked into a fish and I happened to bring it on the right side. It's pretty much gonna set in the exact same spot that it would if I put it in the hull of the kayak, but just to the right a little bit. So it should work perfectly fine. But in today's video, we're gonna go to Fish Pond and actually put this to the test. I wanna see how well it works. I wanna see if it holds up and actually stays on the kayak, which I'm pretty sure it will. We have had a lot of rain, so hopefully that'll turn the fish on at Fish Pond, because sometimes when the weather is right, the fish will bite. I just rhymed and didn't mean to, but I'm pretty sure that's it. But right now, we gotta get some gas. We made it to the water, and as soon as we pulled up, I seen like 2 or 3 bass right here on the bank, but the rain decided to come back. But we're gonna go ahead, gonna get the yak in the water. We're gonna go out here, we're gonna test the fish finder, and hopefully be able to catch some fish for you guys, because Fish Pond is one of those places where you never know. You could come here and get skunked for 2 weeks straight, and then one day come here and catch 30. So hopefully today is one of those 30 days. Let's get to fishing. It has taken a minute, but we finally got rigged up, and I figured before I put it out on the water, I'll give you guys just a little bit of a closer look at what we're dealing with here. So, back here, we just got a 2x4. We got some bungee tied to the seat here and tied to the seat up front. This is where we mounted the Garmin. And when I sit there, I can see it perfectly. And then right here, you can press this down and slide your fish finder off so I don't have to leave it out in the weather. The power wire and also the one that goes to the transducer are going down here and then into some holes that we drilled into here, which has our wires and our Nokwa battery in there. And then it comes back out of a hole that we have over here. And then it runs along the kayak. And then goes down to the transducer, which is located here, that we just have connected with a zip tie, but it is not going anywhere. And this is just normal PVC. We screwed them in up here and right here to make sure that it doesn't come out, because we don't want to lose that. And then there's another elbow here, and then it comes down here and then goes into the rod holder. And I can easily pull this out, but it won't come out by itself. And as you can clearly see, it hugs the kayak like I was telling you guys earlier. I don't want it sticking way out here because I don't want to get wrapped up in it. So that's what it looks like. And I am super happy with it. I told Dad yesterday what I wanted to do and he helped me get it done. So shout out to my pops. But since we got everything ready and we're completely rigged up, let's go catch some fish. Made it on the water. Let's go ahead and power this thing up for the first time. Oh yeah. We're just gonna go traditional. It's showing that we are in 14 foot right here. And it says 64 degrees, but it's going down. We just now put in, and we're marking fish right there, as you guys can see. We finally got a fish finder on the yak, and the transducer mount is looking good. Well, my GoPro battery kind of like swelled up and the end of it came off, so I guess that's trash now. This was like the end cap that covered it. I don't know what happened, but we're down one GoPro battery and it's starting to storm, so I don't know if we're gonna be able to fish too much longer, but we tried. This is working fine. You guys have no idea the absolute mess that we just had to go through. So I don't know what you've seen or what I got on camera, so I'll just kind of fill you in on everything. Super pumped about today because I got my fish finder mounted and I was able to use it, and I've never had a fish finder, so I was super pumped about that. Mainly because I want to know the temperature and all of that, and I would like to see where the fish are in certain bodies of water. So we get everything. It's not supposed to rain like more than just a sprinkle for, you know, 4 more hours. So we get out there, and the first bad thing that happens is we make it to this point down here, and my battery on my GoPro is starting to die, so I go to change it out. And when I open my GoPro to pull the battery out, the battery is swollen, and the whole bottom part of the battery with the little thing on it that you pull it out just came off. So the battery like exploded or something, and then I thought maybe my GoPro was ruined, and I had to dig that battery out, and then it felt like it was swelling, so I kind of chucked it and watched it, and nothing really happened, but that battery is done. So then I put the other battery that I have, the only other battery that I have, I put it in the GoPro, and as soon as I pressed record, it started sprinkling, and I was like, okay, because it's supposed to sprinkle. Out of nowhere, we were hit with a straight hurricane. Like, I mean, just downpour. And there's some equipment on my kayak and Dad's kayak that we don't know for sure is 100% waterproof. But we didn't really mind the rain that much, and then out of nowhere, lightning was flashing and thunder was rolling. I mean, it got bad, like really bad. And we booked it to the bank. We got out and we had to leave our kayaks on the bank and rush all the way up here to this little tiny bathroom. And that's the only place we could get out of the rain. Like, it was raining and lightning, and it was so hard that even with all of these trees, we couldn't get out of it. I had to sit in the bathroom for a minute. It kind of died down just a little, but not much. And then I had to book it straight up the side of a mountain onto the road, run to the car, get in the car, drive all the way back up here, load my stuff with my kayak, and then Dad just hopped in his kayak while it's kind of dialed down a little bit, and he's booking it back towards his car. It's just a mess. It is an absolute mess. So, you know, today is not going as planned. I'm excited that I got a fish finder, and I'm excited that I got to check it out, but as far as catching fish, we're not doing too hot. Did you make it? How was the ride?
Wet.
It was wet?
It was wet.
Of course, we would make it to the dump and there is not a single bit of rainfall. But I know as soon as I get the kayak out there, it's gonna come a downpour. So we're just gonna brave it on the bank for the rest of this video and hopefully we'll be able to catch some fish. I'm doing this obviously in the car because they're working up there and it's kind of loud. I'm sure you guys can hear it just a little bit. But one good thing about all this is I think this might help us out with our first topwater fish of the year. Maybe on the spook, which would be fantastic. So you guys stay tuned. All right, on the chesty. One thing I can say which isn't that great is it's pretty cold now that I'm, you know, soaking wet. I think they're gonna hit on top. We just gotta find them. I have this shirt still in my car and I'm gonna put it on because, like I said, I'm really cold. I am really, really cold. There's one right here. Hit it. Hit it. Dang it. He's right there looking at it. He followed it all the way in. That's a decent bass. That's like a 4-pounder. I was literally about to say, I wish we could walk around, but we would get soaked. And then I realized I'm already soaked anyway. So we can definitely do that. All right, I think it's time to make a round. We're gonna walk. And I'm not giving up on topwater. I put on the buzzbait. Yes, that was crazy. He just like came right up when I was pulling it out of the water and just smoked it. He smoked it. Little guy, but he's feisty. There we go. First fish of the day. He looks like he's blind in this eye. Which is pretty wild because that's what his other eye looks like. If you guys can see that. I kind of got to toss him, which it's not, it looks a lot further than this, but it really doesn't matter because it's super deep down there. But fish number one. Thank you, my guy, so much. Let's go. First topwater fish of the year on a buzzbait. The heat dried me up a bit. Now it's way too hot, so I took that shirt back off. And I'm gonna switch over to a Senko. We got about an hour left. I'm happy that I got at least one fish for this video, and to beat it all, it was a topwater fish, my first topwater fish this year, so I'm pretty stoked on that. But I really hope I can catch another one for you guys, one or two before I go, because we got about an hour. I really don't have enough time to go all the way back around the pond again, because we just circled the entire thing with a buzzbait, caught one fish. That's not a bad one. Get up here. Yes. Oh, he choked it. Look at that. Gone. Gotta do a tad bit of surgery. Did that do it? That did it. Cool. He should be perfectly fine. We're gonna get over here to where I was standing and kind of run him back and forth in the water. But I mean, there's no blood. He's still lively. See his fins going back and forth. So hopefully he's all right. He absolutely choked that. He choked it. Thank you so much, my guy. Go on. Yes, let's go. That's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good one. It's not giant, but that's a good one. Get up, pal. Redemption. Oh man, that's not a bad one at all. Yes. All right, fish number 2, much better quality than the first one. Still not the giant that we're looking for, but it'll do. We'll take it. See you, buddy. Yes. What started out the worst day ever is turned into a pretty good little fishing mission. Pretty stoked about it, to be honest with you. I've actually caught a few really big fish off of that. Like in the dog days of summer, I'll throw a frog and I'll bring that frog right by it. And I usually do pretty well there, but I mean, I figured why not give it a whirl? And I'm glad we did, because there was a little old bassy bass just chilling. Well, the dump closes at 3 and it is currently like 2:50. It's gonna be weird. There's a huge grass line down there after like a break. So you got your bank, then you got your grass, and then you got like a little slough and then more grass. Whoop. Not a big guy, but fish number 3. Smoking them. Thank you, my guy. Appreciate you. Appreciate you, my guy. Man, he's like blue. That's pretty wild. He's gonna go for a cliff dive. It's super deep, don't worry. See you, buddy. Yeah, he's perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. I just have no way to get down there without, you know, falling to my death. Literally, we've caught 3 in the past 15 minutes. And that one was actually pretty decent. So many mixed emotions today. Started out as a super awesome day. I was super pumped, I was excited. Then it went from that to being one of the worst days I've had in a long time. Definitely the worst of the year. And then it went back to an okay day. And now I'm super pumped and I'm having an awesome day again. So yeah, a lot of emotions in this video. A lot of emotions. And then add the fact that I'm gonna be super sad in about 10 minutes when they tell us we have to leave because they're closing shop. So there's that. I'm trying my best not to add pain to this list. Hold it up. That's not a bad fish at all. Cinco? Yeah. Well, nice. We might want to head now. I was on my way back to the truck when I heard you go, "Hey." I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys. I have no idea what to say about today. I don't know. Like I said, started off great, turned into crap, got a little bit better, got really, really bad, and then turned out to be a decent day from the bank, which is pretty wild because usually I don't catch nothing off the bank. And I caught all of those fish, except for the first one on top water. I caught all of those fish on a Senko within 15 minutes. All 3 of them were in like 15 minutes. That's pretty wild. But anyway, that's gonna do it for today's video. Thank you guys for sticking around in this absolute mess of a day. And I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, please let me know down in the comments. Leave a like also. And if you are not subscribed, please click the subscribe button because we post fishing stuff and you watch fishing stuff. Therefore, we should be friends. I'll see you guys on the next one.